Here's what I would challenge my coaching clients, and whether or not if you're new, this will be helpful to you, but for my veterans, this will be super helpful. Okay. So, Angela, Cynthia, John, Mary, Michael, right? Nicole, Patricia, I buy a house with you. Hey, thank you so much. You were amazing. I loved everything that you did, right? And what I learned, just now I'm going to jump out of the role play for a second, is 25% of the time with the clients that I worked with to help buy and sell here, 25% of the time, they were like new friends, right? And so I was like, this is great. So my new friends, the people that I really liked, have beers with, invite them to my house, they'd invite me over, we'd go out to dinner, etc. Those are the people I'm not necessarily worried about, but it was the 75% of the people that I helped buy a house, helped sell their house here that, we're not friends, right? Like I don't really want to hang out with you, but I would love to be your realtor for life. I would love to be able to continue to, grow and expand our real estate relationship. So what is that? How does that work, my friends? Okay. So what I realized is this kind of role play. I'd do this with my coaching clients, and I'd say to you guys today, and I'd say, hey, thank you so much. We're so happy you helped us buy this amazing house. We're thrilled, right? We're so appreciative of everything you did. You had to compete against multiple offers. You showed me 10 homes. You've written 6 offers in San Diego just to get us this one. Man, you earned every cent of your commission, which we'll talk about. I'm going to do 4 sessions with San Diego MLS, and we're going to talk about commission stuff with buyers on the back end. I've got some great stuff for you guys. Okay. But you earned your commission. Thank you so much. Now, my question to you is, I'm in sales. I'm a business owner, and I've really enjoyed the last 3 months or 6 months that I've spent with you. Help me to understand how this relationship's going to go moving forward. Like, what should I expect from you? And why should I call you? And are you going to call me? And why are you going to call me? Because it's like, we've been dating for 6 months, and all of a sudden, we're having this crescendo of a breakup. And it's like, well, now how does this work? So that's what I experienced. Because could anyone relate to, this awkward moment of, well, how does this go now? Right? Could anyone relate to that? Put it in the chat. Right? And so what I started to deconstruct as a coach who now has, a bunch of past clients that I ignored, the question then to me was, okay, well, what is this relationship moving forward? And what I decided to construct was, okay, let's start here at the top. Okay. I've got my next client that buys or sells a house with me, and I need to solve that riddle. Then from there, to help my coaching clients out, my real estate friends, what I also need to then do is, okay, now what are we going to do with all those old clients, the people that we haven't been in communication with 1 to 2 to 10 years? Okay. And then if we get really good at those 2 things, then we probably could just extend that same service to our friends and family and our neighbors and our geographic farm, people that we know that we like. We would want to extend that same service to them. And then we might start extending that service to, people that are old leads or new leads, or people that we've met that, they're in a lead status and we don't know when they're going to do something. So that's how I started to think this through. Okay, let's start at the top, your next past client. So here's what I'm asking everybody to do. I want you to define what that relationship is now moving forward. And I want you to start to think through what are the services that you're going to offer, and then what is the frequency at which you're going to do that, and then what's the way that you're going to communicate that messaging, right? So those are the 3 things. So here's how I break this down. Okay. So step number one, I just bought a house with you. So the easiest relationship and service that we should be all providing, and please forgive me for saying this up front, I think the real estate industry leadership, brokers, NAR, CAR, CAR, all of those leaders have really done us agents a disservice by not setting this up for all of us in advance. So please know, for those of you that have either been in the business for one day or you've been in the business for 20 years like me, this is not our fault. The industry should have set this up. Okay. So we have to now create it ourselves. So what am I talking about? For everybody who buys a home with you, we should be providing on the anniversary day, week, or month, we should be giving them an update from us about what the current value of their home is. Would all of us agree that should just be a standard of the way that we do our business? Yes, in the chat, shouldn't this just be a standard? The fact that it's not a standard is actually very weird. Okay, so let's first get that one fixed. Hey, gosh, thanks guys so much for, I'm so happy that I got to help you guys buy this home. By the way, here's what you can expect moving forward. Minimum standard every single year on the purchase anniversary, either the day or the week. I tell my clients to do kind of the month. On the purchase anniversary month, it's April 2nd today. Every year in April, I am going to reach out to you. I'm going to do an update on what's going on with the comps, what's going on with the market, and I'm going to share with you where the value of your home and your asset is today. And I'm going to make myself available to have a conversation with you or a consultation about anything regarding the market, your value, your equity at that time. And I'm going to commit to doing that every year in April. Yes, everybody? Right? Now, as soon as I say this out loud, isn't it shocking that the entire real estate leadership has not gotten this just set up for us as a natural thing that we do? It's very strange. Why would, duh. Some of you guys have a financial planner. I have a financial planner, right? What do I get from my financial planner? It was so funny. I get this message, and he says, hey, I really like to meet. My wife's like, we're going to meet with a financial planner. I'm like, fine. So I meet him over at the office, and he's got this funny form, and I'm like, okay, well, what are we meeting about? And he starts talking about, whatever, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of stupid. Why are we doing this? And then he says to me, my company mandates that I meet with all of my clients one time a year to review their portfolio and their financial assets. And he had a form that he had to fill out to prove that he did it with his clients. What is our version of that in real estate? Strange, isn't it? Okay, then what else does my financial planner do? And this is the next thing for us is I get a statement in the mail every month about just a snapshot about where the value of my home is. I get an email every month from the company that says, here's the snapshot about where your home is, value, your assets are. What is our version of that in real estate? Okay. Pretty strange that in 2024, this is like an exciting new topic that I'm bringing to the table. This is right. It's a little awkward, right? So my friends, here's the good news. The good news is, right, and I was telling all my coaching clients this, the good news is a majority of the agents don't have this set up. I would say probably 95% don't have this system set up. probably one of the reasons why so many people don't list their home with the person that they bought it, right? Like the percentage is, I think, only 18%, which, if you have a high percentage, congratulations, right? That's great. But let's call a spade a spade. It's not the norm. And unfortunately, that makes it more opportunity for all of us, because if we have a high quality service in which we can share with our past clients and our friends, hey, this is something that I do for all of my community. I do once a year, I do a in-depth market analysis for them, and I make myself available to discuss what's going on with the market, their value, equity, and we just discuss their property. And I just make myself available one time a year for that. And then on a monthly basis, I send them something, right, that just gives them an opportunity to get a snapshot on what's going on with the value of their home. Hey, this is something that I provide my friends, my past clients, and my community. Would you like it too? I'd love to help you get that set up for you. I'd love to do that for you. That, my friends, great call. Okay. So what's the first thing that we should all be setting up for our past clients? Then, I'm sorry, for the next buyer. Hey, I'm going to do this for you. Here's the script. Then to our previous clients, this is the most important thing, because a lot of you are going to go, oh my gosh, Patrick, this is great. I'll do that for my next one. But what do I say to the person that I helped last year? What do I say to and hey, well, what if the person's, value went down a little bit since, 2022, or maybe they bought in, kind of that peak of the market of June of 2022 here in San Diego, and they lost a little bit of value, but, maybe hopefully have recovered a little bit moving forward. Patrick, I'm uncomfortable with that. Right. I know you are, but do it anyways, because they will appreciate and respect it, because they do want to know what it is. They do want to follow it. And I want you to be the person that is guiding and advising them all the way through. Okay. So some of us, we need to make an announcement to all of our previous past clients that this is the part of the new service that you're going to be offering to them. You're going to bring this wonderful new service to all of your great clients, whether or not you bought a home with me 10 years ago or last year, and you are excited about the new value that you're bringing to all of your great community. And you should be doing a PR campaign celebrating the new service and value that you're bringing to your community, to your clients, to these people, right? Celebrating it, not feeling guilt and shame, right? Let's go provide this and let's get this set up so that they have an advocate, they have an advisor in you moving forward for the rest of their ownership of this particular property. Okay. So, right? Some of you may need to send an email. Some of you might want to do a little video email. However, some of you might want to write a letter, whatever you want to do. Some of you, it should be a phone call. Hey, here's what I'm doing. This is the new thing that I'm doing. I'm excited to do this for you moving forward. Here's how this is going to work, right? And then announce it with pride, because there's a lot of value here. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, the second conversation. Now, again, what happened to me was, 25% of the time, these are people that I invite them over to my house, and we, have mimosas on Sunday, and, invite the kids over to swim in the pool, right? 75% of the time, well, that's not definitely going to happen. Maybe we'll invite them to a party. I'm not the type that's going to pop by anyone's house. That's just uncomfortable for me. If you're super comfortable and you enjoy that, oh my gosh, that's amazing, right? For some of you guys, if you have no problem calling people up and creating conversation and forwarding them, talking about their family, their occupation, their, recreation and dreams, if you're that person that this is something that comes easy for you, wow, congratulations, you're awesome, because it didn't for me, right? So therefore, I needed more real estate conversations to have with them in a formal, structured way. So the second thing that I realized is we should all have I call it the home services, and for my Gen X and my baby boomers, Rolodex strategy. For my millennials and my Gen Zs, a Rolodex means that you have a list of vendors. You've got a list of professionals. You have someone who can help them with their trust and will. You have the best flooring expert for flooring. You've got a great handyman. You've got 2 or 3 handyman. The handyman for, low cost, easy things. You got the handyman that does a little bit more technically savvy things, still relatively low cost. And then you got like the super, super really good handyman that's more expensive. You've got the bathroom remodeler. You got the guy that can kind of get it done, low cost, easy peasy. And then you got the guy that, for the multi-million-dollar house, bathroom remodel. You've got, the roof leak. We've all, had some roof issues with the rain, so you've got the guy that's going to do the quick roof leak fix. I had a weird water leak. My water meter is running off the charts here. And so we had to, call the guy that is, the best plumber that we knew that could figure out what's going on with our water meter. And next thing you know, we found out that the end of our driveway where the water pipe meets the city, it's cracked. And so we had to go in there and fix that, right? My home services Rolodex, right? So my friends, what I realized was, A, this is a lot of value. B, this is a conversation that I'd like to have with people. And so what is this conversation? The conversation is simple, right? We should be letting all of our past clients and our friends know that we take pride in having a great list of referrals for any and all home services. And with that said, then therefore we should be having 2 conversations with everybody in our community every single year. Conversation number 1 is you let them know that you are really trying to do everything in your power to have the best list of home service recommendations and home service referrals, right? Let's make the commitment to be that for our community. And then we're going to ask everybody in our past clients in our sphere, you're going to ask them individually, have you used anyone that you highly recommend that I should introduce myself to and add them to my list? So step 1 is ask your community for their recommendations. Now, that's a great first step because a lot of you need to continue to improve and build upon your list, right? That's step 1. Step 2 is we should then ask them what is their plans for their property this year? Do you have anything that you need to fix? Is there any things that require maintenance? Is there anything you're planning on updating or upgrading, right? Or is there any major upgrade plans that you have with your property that I could either A, be an advisor for, or B, I could recommend or refer some of the people that I keep on my list. Now, my friends, how many of you, this would be a fun conversation to have with all of your great clients and friends. Like you would welcome this call. Hey, Patricia. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this with my property, right? Do you have any advice? Do you know anyone that I should call, right? Michael, John, Cynthia, is that a call that you would like to get from your clients, right? For me, it'd be fun for me, right? Now, how does this pay off, I guess, is the key question. So Patrick, how do I get more referrals? This is fine. Sounds like you're giving me a lot of work. It's very simple. There's 2 ways to get referrals on the deal. Number 1, right? So there's a strategy with your vendor. So my contractor, that I have recommend numerous times, the person that helped me build this, remodel this house that you're staring at right now. Okay. Also helped me remodel the last house in Carlsbad. Okay. That contractor who I've referred numerous times, I just referred him again just 2 weekends ago. Okay. There's a script. I want referrals from them. If I'm going to give them a bunch of my clients and help support their financial lives, well, then it should be reciprocated. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I know for sure, right? Um, the Restoration Plus, they know a lot of realtors. So then how do we navigate that? And it's very simple. All we do is we say, hey guys, number one, thank you so much for helping so many of my great clients and friends this year. And then it would be good. We'll talk about this in a second. If we kept track of how many that you referred them, right? Because that's very powerful. And then you say, hey, I know you know a lot of real estate agents. Therefore, can you commit to just one referral this year for me? Okay. It's the just one script. Okay. Now, unfortunately, too many of my clients are thinking narrow-minded. You guys keep thinking about your title reps and your lenders, right? And your escrow officers. That is not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the roofer that I just had come fix my kids' room. I'm talking about the pool contractor that built my pool. I'm talking about the contractor that came in and fixed the water leak for this refrigerator. I'm talking about the electronics guy that, when there is an appliance that is, maybe needs some repair, we have a guy that specializes in appliance and we refer him all the time. I'm talking about that guy, right? All of those home services guy, I got to get the trust and will set up for this property for my kids. That person that I've recommended to a ton of people. Do you guys follow me? Home services, right? Yeah. Now, would it be great for my lenders to give me a referral? Wonderful. But, their job is to build relationships with agents. And so it's a little sticky, right? To get that from my title rep, that doesn't make a lot of sense. My escrow officer, that makes zero sense. But for all these other home services, right? The person that we're going to have do the flooring in that bathroom over there, right? The person that we've recommended for flooring, right? In Vista, that sales rep who's really good, that we've had a great relationship. That one, I want a referral from that person. So my friends, two things. Number one, we need to have a conversation about their home value on an annual basis and send something on a regular basis. Number two, we need to be having this home service conversation. We need to get any recommendations from them, and we need to be the person that they call first and build that relationship there. So let's just stop for a second. If you are the real estate advisor who, over the course of the next couple of years, is the one person that has been involved in keeping track of what's going on with the value of their home at the highest level, and B, the person involved with all of the little micro decisions with, getting AC or not getting AC and who to use. And, you sent them over the guy to fix their refrigerator. You sent over two contractors to help them fix the thing. And over the years, you've been the person that's really helped them with their property. Is there any reason why, if they went to go sell their home, that you wouldn't get, at the minimum, at least the interview? What's the answer, my friends? Of course not. Okay. So, when I heard all of this, stuff in the industry, well, you should call them and bring value. What are you talking about, value? Right? People will call them and forward them, ask them about, why do I want to do that? Like, Some people I am interested, but a lot of people I'm not. And it's not my personal style. If it's yours, congratulations. That's amazing. But why aren't we just having these conversations around their property and real estate and just being the realtor expert for their existing property with home value and maintenance and upgrades and updates and making sure it's being taken care of? That makes a lot of sense to me. So now let's go to the next couple topics. There's two more interesting topics that I think we could add significant value that we should put into a conversational service. Number one is second homes, vacation homes, or investment properties. Okay. Now, the question here is a lot of people are like, well, Patrick, that's not my clients. That's not my thing. Most people, can't afford it. There's all this blah, 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 blah. The truth is a lot of us don't know really what's going on with a lot of the 75%. Yeah, maybe the 25% you have a better understanding, but the 75% maybe you don't. We don't know what the aspirations are for a second home. Today, there's a lot of interesting options on fractional ownership, which we should be discussing more deeply with people. For a lot of us, we really don't even know what's going on with their goals or aspirations around real estate investments. Okay. So maybe I help a first-time home buyer, which, I helped a bunch buy their first condos or townhomes here in San Diego. Now, I never asked because it wasn't part of my formal thing, but I would be willing to bet that there are people in your past clients in your sphere right now who are dreaming and or planning for either one of two things, vacation home or a real estate investment. My question to you guys is, are you in dialogue with them? Are you the real estate advisor that is part of turning that dream into reality? Are you the real estate advisor that is having some conversations with them about how to set the right plan and what are the best real estate investments and what are the different types of real estate investments here in San Diego or in surrounding marketplaces where we might get a better deal, right? Or what does it mean and how do you plan and how do you prepare and who are some of the people that you should be referring them and introducing them, right? Are we a part of their goals and aspirations in the topic of real estate in terms of vacation homes and second homes? Are you also part of a referral network? So here's where it gets sticky. For a lot of us in Southern California, there are a lot of people who are considering leaving California, cashing out, right? You've owned a home for 20 years in California, you made a lot of money. And so you might be in consideration for, cashing out and retiring. There's a lot of people that are leaving California and using real estate as the vehicle to allow them to do that. And so, my friends, do you have any agent recommendations for where they're considering moving to? Do you know anyone do you know any realtors in Arizona? Do you know any realtors in Colorado? Do you know any realtors in Florida? Do you know any realtors in Utah? Do you know any realtors in, Oregon? Because what I've learned over the years is we are not letting our clients and our friends know that we're part of these agent networks and that one of the services that we offer, if they're considering moving to another state, if they're considering buying an investment property in another state, if they're considering buying a second home in another marketplace, right? Mammoth, Tahoe, mountain towns, snowboarding, right? Do you have any services for me to introduce me to a great real estate professional over there? And is that something that you offer to me? Because for me, right, of course, What I would be willing to do is I would be willing to interview anywhere between 2 to 5 agents in any one of the marketplaces that you're interested in. And since I'm a real estate agent, I can interview them and I can find you who I think are the best one or the top two based upon my general assessment. And I'm happy to do that for you to make sure that you have one of the best agents in town to help you with whatever your goals are. Would any of you guys do that? Is that part of what it means to be, do you offer that service to all of your clients? Okay. Last thing too is really, let me look at my list. Let's see if we can, let me see if what's my last one? What have we been talking about? Home value, home services, investment, second homes. Oh, yep. Real estate finance and in interest rates. Okay. So let's talk about just kind of general housing market, interest rates, finance. Are you someone that I should consult with regarding my interest rate? What's going on with the direction of interest rates, with the housing market, with my equity, with what I should do, right? Are you someone that I should be having this conversation with? If so, have you told your clients that this is what you should do, that they should do this? Are you signaling to them? Do you let them know that as being a part of your past client, your community, to being with, to what it means for you to be their realtor is that you would provide them some updates on what's going on with the housing market, home values, interest rates, investment opportunities, introduce you to services for improving your home, maintaining your home. And if you were able, and then also, that you're open to having, you love to have conversations about investing, right? And or second homes or, right, buying, relocating and doing services for you. Like there's a lot there. Now let's go back to what I originally discussed, which is, okay, this is a lot of conversations we should be having with all of our community around the topic of real estate. And then what I've been promising all my coaching clients is, and this is where I want you guys to practice with your next client, the next person that buys a home with you. Imagine if you were to share, hey, here's what I'm committed to. Here is the reasons why I would want you to call me. Here's some of the things that I'm going to call you about. Here's some of the stuff that I'm going to send you via email. Here's some of the stuff that I share via social. Here's some of this, I'm really focused on providing more value and creating more great relationships with you under all of these other topics. And that's what it means for me to be a part of your real estate world moving forward. I used a phrase called, the phrase that popped into my mind a little bit too late was, for me personally, but it was, welcome to my real estate family. Welcome to my real estate family. What does it mean to be a part of my real estate family? Then the second phrase was this: I want to earn the opportunity to be your realtor for life. I want to earn the opportunity to be your real estate advisor for life. When I broke those two things down, it was like, yeah, this is all the stuff that I want to be talking to everybody about. This is probably what I should be sharing via email. This is probably what I should be focusing my social media educational content on to build and expand my brand. These topics, these are the services that I should probably be offering everybody, right? If I said to a lady where I was on it just kind of happened to pop out of my mouth. There was a lady that was considering selling her home in 6 months. And referred to me by a great friend of mine, David Lawson in Park City. And And I said to the lady, I said, look, here's what I want to do for you. I want to set you up on one of the services that I have to watch the new listings, the under contracts, and the solds. And I'll customize this specifically for your property so that you can watch what's happening with the market between now and the time that you decide to sell your home. And and I promise you, if you follow the active, pending, and sold for the next 6 months, that within 6 months, you'll know the value of your home better than the average agent. That's a pretty cool thing that just popped out of my head. And guess what she said? Thank you so much. Right? Because that service, right? Recognizing that this is one of the great services that people want today, right? I don't want them on Zillow and Redfin. I don't want them going to realtor.com, right? I don't want your friends and clients going there for learning about the value of their home. Why are they not calling you first? Why are we not providing some service for that? That is the service between us and them. Okay. Why are we not the advisor to their property, the property that you sold them, or these are some of your great friends and clients, and you've never formalized that you want to be the first person that they call when they are considering doing something to this great property because you're their real estate advisor for life, right? That if they're considering aspirational goals and dreams regarding investing in second home, that of course they should be having that conversation with you and that you guys should be, taking it from dreams to reality. So my friends, all of this is to say, I want one thing from all of you guys. I want to increase your referability. Increase your referability. What does that mean? And so I was telling a bunch of my coaching clients, I was like, look, I want two things. I want your friends to have a sense, and your clients to have a sense of pride when they recommend you, right? Hey, you're thinking about buying a house? You definitely need to talk to Cynthia. She is amazing. Pride. Oh, you're thinking about buying a house? Well, you absolutely should talk to Michael. Michael is amazing. He is a phenomenal realtor. You should definitely give him a call. Pride, right? Your past client community, I want them to have a strong sense of pride when they recommend you, when they refer you. That's what it means to increase your referability. And so what I tasked all my coaching clients kind of since I started kind of working all this stuff out in 2023 and 2020, 2022, 2023, here in 2024, is I was like, guys, I want you guys to increase your referability and let's track it. And they're like, okay, it's kind of, no one wants to track anything, but I was like, well, how many people right now, if I go into your phone, I go into your CRMs and I go into your past client list and I go, how many people are in there? And then I go, cool. Of that total number of people, how many referrals are you getting? Right? And then how many are you closing? That I refer to as your referability rate. Right? And I want to increase that by doing high quality service and communication and value that we've been discussing today. Right? So I want to increase your referability rate. Then I go, okay, well, with all of the people, if I go into your phone and I go into your CRMs and I go into your lead lists and I take a look at all of that stuff and I go, how many addresses do you have in there right now? How many property addresses? How many property owners do you have in there? Cool, you have that many. How many of them do we need to set them up on your annual market analysis? How many of them do we need to set them up on some type of monthly customized market report from you? How many of them would appreciate that phone call where you are asking them about any of the services that they would recommend and that what are their plans are, and that if you could be a good advisor, introduce them? How many of them would appreciate and thank you for that? And so, my friends, if we can dramatically increase the quality of the conversations and communications on topic, not Ford, right? None of that, just on topic, real estate. There's no way you're not going to get more recommendations and more referrals and earn more repeat business. No question about it. Okay. Now, the last thing is for me is, well, if you guys started to build on this, you're like, hey, yeah, I really love doing these things for my great clients. And then you start moving that to some of your friends. Hey, friends, here's what I do for all my clients. You're a great friend of mine. I would love to do this for you too. And then next thing you know, they're like, wow, thank you so much. This is great. We're really appreciating this. We never, we actually bought this house with another realtor. We haven't talked to him in years, but we're loving everything that you're doing. Wow, we didn't know that you were such a good real estate agent, right, John? And then next thing you know, you're feeling more confident. So then, you you got a couple old leads in your phone in your database, and you call them up and you say, hey, here's some things that I've been doing for all my great clients and friends. Love to do that for you. And they go, wow, that's pretty great. And then next thing you know, you're at an open house and you meet a neighbor, and you meet a buyer, and they say, yeah, we're not planning on, buying for a long time. We own another property, but we're just out shopping around. And you're like, no problem. Here's all some of the stuff that I do for my clients and friends. I'd love to, add you to, that service, and, earn the opportunity whenever it is appropriate, to be your realtor. I'd love to do that for you, right? No pressure. And people are like, wow, that's so great. Yeah, let's do that. So, my friends, you can see that this is not, it's not just, is there some Patrick, is there some script that can get me more referrals? Nope. Right. This is more of a mindset. It's a commitment to being, for you defining for yourself, what does it mean to be someone's real estate advisor? What does it mean to earn the opportunity to be their real estate agent? What does it mean for your clients to be your client? What does that mean? And then, so what are these services that you're going to offer them? What is the frequency at which you're going to provide those services? What should they call you about? What are you going to call them about? And how's this all going to play out? And then the last thing is that I want us to be in a position where we can confidently ask for permission to ask for referrals. So I'm going to wrap this up on a bow, and it's called the permission script. So what I was having my client do, and here, let me see if let me show you guys something really fast. Okay, give me 1 second. Take a look at this, guys. Okay, so here is an example. Okay, this is a Google Doc, right? So my client, Mr. Zach Nelson and the Nelson team, take a look at this. It says this is an email that he sends to his clients after they purchase a home with him. It says, he shared an example. Dear Wyatt and Amy, congratulations on the purchase of your new home. I am thrilled to celebrate this milestone with you and honored to have been along the journey towards home ownership. While this chapter may be ending, I want you to know that I will continue to be in communication with you and be a resource, right, with you in the days and the months and the years ahead. My goal is to be your real estate agent and advisor for life. Going forward, here are just a few things you can expect. Regular check-ins. I've enjoyed getting to know you during this process and would love to keep in touch. I will check in with you a few times a year throughout the year, just to stay up to date with you and all that is happening, and vice versa. Once a year on your home anniversary, you will receive an updated current market analysis, which will give you a snapshot of the real estate activity in your area. Great. Real estate advisor. Concerning some of your home improvement projects, curious about what will give you the best return on investment. Wondering if now is a good time to refinance or your current mortgage, thinking of purchasing an investment property. Give me a call. I am happy to discuss options for the best ways to protect your investment and to grow your real estate wealth. Sounds good. Real Estate Rockstar Appreciation Program, Rockstar Referral Program, VIP newsletter. You will receive emails that include updates on the Denver housing market, video content related to home ownership, living in Colorado, and other fun topics, e-newsletter with fun events and activities and more. Vendor referrals. I know move-in day is exciting, but it also is only the beginning of making your house your own. I'm sure you already have a project or two on the first on your list and maybe wondering where to begin. In our experience, often the difference between making a project happen and having it sit on your to-do list is finding the right contractor or a vendor to work with. In this packet is our vendor list, vetted, trusted contractors, home service providers for you to call and get started on your list. Please don't hesitate to reach out in the days. Good luck, Kathy and Zach. My friends, that is exactly what I'm talking about. So, everything I said to you today, I said this to Zach, and then Zach went over to his marketing person, and then she wrote out that email for Zach and the team. But then what I said to Zach is I said, Zach, this is unbelievable. This is such value. This is what it means to be their real estate agent for life. But can you do me a huge favor? And could you ask for permission? And he said, what are you talking about, coach? And I said, after you review this, say, can I ask for one thing in return? And they're going to go, yeah. They're going to say, sure. What is that? And you say, do I have your permission to occasionally reach out to see if you know anyone who's thinking about buying, selling, or investing that you can introduce me to or recommend me to? And what are they going to say, my friends? They're going to be like, of course, the permission script. And then my line after that was, besides, I would love to have an excuse to reach out and say hi and check in. Okay, my friends, once we get clarity around the value of the service that you offer your community, then asking for something simple in return, like permission to check in with them to see if they know anyone that they can recommend you to or introduce you to, is a no-brainer, and it's super easy. So I hope this was valuable to you. Some of you guys, I'll see you next Tuesday. I got to jump. I got more things to do. I've got the recording for you guys. Okay. And so I'll check in with the group on, this recording and putting together a little email, and I'll put some documentation in there for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, but I got to run. Okay. Thank you guys so much, my fellow San Diegans. And we will catch up with you guys next week and work on some additional topics for you. Okay. Thanks. I got to jump. Have an awesome one.